Hi guys, it's Sherill here, and today we have a lovely, amazing lady, sister, Mama Adjua with us. You know, she is live and direct in Ghana, the motherland, and Sherill is here in dead Birmingham. Okay, but I want to, introduce you to this amazing queen, and I just want to say as well, before I start this interview, thanking Queen Audrea Joseph out there in Birmingham, UK, for actually making the divine connection, because we've both got a love for Ghana, and she's both of our friends, sistering, and she connected us, and that's what it's about really, isn't it? Connecting one another and just like upliftment and moving forward. So I just have to say that point, or I wouldn't even know Mama Adjua right now, or actually I probably would have heard about her soon enough because she's doing big things in Ghana. Okay, so do you want to introduce yourself, Mama Adjua? Let us know a bit about you and how you are currently still in Ghana. Let the listeners, viewers know a bit more about you.
So good evening, everyone, and thank you, Cheryl, for inviting me along. My official name is Jackie Morrison, so let me just start there. However, I'm in Ghana and I'm using my day name, which is Adjua, lady born on Monday. So what can I tell you about myself? I came to Ghana on the 13th of March, Friday the 13th of March. Some of my friends were saying, what are you going on that day?
Did you say Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th of March.
Okay. But it's brought you good luck because you're still there. But anyway, yeah, go on.
Yes. So a few of my friends were saying, why are you going on Friday the 13th? I said, why not? I've got to go. So anyway, I came for 6 days. Yeah. I was due to leave on the 19th of March, and my flight was cancelled. They rebooked I was rebooked for the following week, and you know what happened? Lockdown. So today is actually day 135.
135. Am I hearing that right? 135th day, and you were supposed to be there for how many days in Ghana?
6 days. 6 days.
Okay.
So what happened was, I can't remember the exact dates, but however, the first charter flight, I received an email at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't wake up until about 7. Yes. And I didn't think it was legitimate, so I didn't really respond to it. Lo and behold, it turned out that it was a legitimate email from the consular services, information for a flight that evening. Okay, so I didn't go.
Can you see that you just didn't go?
I did. Well, I
love it.
The email did not seem legitimate to me.
Okay.
It came at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was just very basic information. There's a flight leaving this evening. If you want to go, ring this number, pay £500, and we'll give you more information. I thought, that sounds a bit
that sounds
dodgy.
dodgy at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't. I actually went to the beach because it was the Sunday before lockdown.
Okay, which beach did you go to? Which beach
went
did you
go to? Went to Bojo Beach in Kokobite.
Okay.
Some friends.
You're having fun at the beach?
I was having fun. And then my friend called me later about 2 o'clock to say, Jackie, are you at the airport? I said, why would I be there? And she said, well, the flight is today. Do you want my ticket because I'm not going? I said, no, I'm at the beach. I don't know anything about it. Anyway, I didn't go. And then I think a couple of weeks later, there was another chartered flight. So I put my name down for it. Okay. And I wasn't really bothered whether they called me or not. They didn't call me. And then from there, I just decided, do you know what? I am not paying £500 to get home one way, when actually it didn't even cost me £500 to get here for my return flight. Plus, everything that was going on in the UK in terms of coronavirus, COVID-19, I personally felt I was much safer in Ghana.
Exactly, but you raised an excellent point there about for you to just go home to return, you would have had to pay £500. And some people think that actually coming to the motherland or returning to the motherland might be out of their reach and so forth. But you can look, you're vouching to say that your initial return flight was less than that figure. So it is possible to actually visit, isn't there?
So,
how long before did you book before you came this time? So I know you've been multiple times, or you know, because some people, you know, I know sometimes they book last minute, sometimes they book way ahead and so forth. But you know, for people that don't really know the flex, I'm going to say, I don't know any suggestions for them to get the best deals.
Okay, so my first trip to Ghana was in October, year of the return. I came with a group. There were 12 of us. Okay. I think we spent 10 nights, and I absolutely loved it. When I came out of the airport, I just cried. I just cried. Yeah. I just knew I wanted to be here and I needed to be here. And I remember that the first day I said to everyone, I'm going to come back. And they were, oh yeah, sure you are, sure you are. So we had a fantastic time, did all the sightseeing, Elmina, went to Togo, Akonsambo Dam. We did all the sightseeing things. Really packed 10 days. In fact, the only day we had off was the morning we were actually leaving. Our flight was 11 p.m. and we had that Saturday morning free. The Friday morning free. That was the only free time we had. And so I came back and I knew I had to come back. My plan was actually to be back in January. It didn't happen. And I actually booked my flight for March in January. Okay. So you just were like, bam, I'm going to, a few weeks and I'm back, I'm there. Okay. So, you know, so now that you've been there like for 130 plus days and so forth, now for somebody who hasn't been there before and so forth, and you've been there a while now, what are the hints and tips you would say? Because obviously you might have had to maneuver your way around a bit now, because you know you're a bit like a local now. I'm going to call you a local girl, Mama Adjua. You are now. I am. I'm at home. My holiday's finished. I'm actually living here now. That's how I see it. My holiday's finished. So what would I say? I would say to anyone who's wanting to come to Ghana to probably book a tour. And a good tour operator. If you don't want to go by yourself, you know, go with a group of friends, and really just so that you can experience Ghana, the sightseeing, the sights, you know, and be with a group of people. I decided to come back for the 6 days because I just wanted to, you know, just to check things out. I had a couple of business meetings. I came for a conference and I wanted to go to the Volta region. So I had a few things that I'd booked in advance. Mama Adjua,
can you just repeat that? You came back for business. So this is what I'm saying. You are the boss queen. You know, you haven't just come for a holiday. So, you know, what makes you want to invest in Ghana? Because I get this question a lot myself. And I like, you know, somebody can hear from somebody that's actually there at the moment. So there's the question to you.
So if I go back a bit, my background is nursing. I'm a registered general nurse, health visitor. I work with children and families, safeguarding, child protection, etc. And I resigned from working full-time in the NHS about 5-6 years ago. I'm also a photographer. So between my photography and health visiting, I run an independent health visiting service. And my photography subject areas: pregnancy, birth, children and families, events, and also funeral photography. And anyone who knows about Ghana knows that funerals are big, very, very, they're huge in Ghana. Okay. So I came back really just to check out whether, you know, what the business possibilities were. Would I be able to set something up in terms of my health background with children and families? Would it be something to do with photography? And so I'd made a few connections before I came. And when I said the business meetings, it's really just to connect with those people to find out, to sit down and find out, you know, have I got something to offer? You know, could it be a viable service? And is it something that people would want? Yeah.
And what have you? Are you going to? Actually, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. You know, because you'll probably be hearing more people. You'll be hearing more. So at the moment, then, in terms of, you know, for people that are actually locked in you know, you lucky people who are locked in. What are, you know, in terms of the food, the culture, the ambience, what could you say to people that might want to visit and they might be on a budget and so forth? You know, I know that there's the markets and so forth. What would you say in relation to making that pound, that dollar, euro stretch a bit further from the diaspora or dollar?
So my situation is different to somebody who would have planned to come and stay for a bit longer. Remember, I only came for 6 days.
Yeah.
And so, do you know what? I came with 6 dresses.
Mm-hmm.
The outfit I had on, this pair of shoes I was wearing, 2 pairs of sandals, my trainers, 2 leggings, and 2 t-shirts, because I came for a week, and an outfit to go out. Okay. So, and usually my suitcase is so packed that it's overweight when I get to the airport. So I came with minimal luggage, first of all. In terms of budgeting, again, my situation is different because the apartment that I'm staying in, I was actually here. This is where I spent the 6 nights initially. And then a friend who runs a guest house, and his guests couldn't come because of the lockdown, invited me to stay there. Yeah. Yes?
Yeah. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, invited me to stay there.
Exactly. That's because good energy attracts good energy. Yes. And then, you know, that was fabulous. Yes. Okay, so that's good. So that's nice.
So anyone who's coming, I mean, obviously, if you're coming on holiday, you're going to plan your budget. So you will know if it's a tour, you would have paid in advance, hopefully, for your accommodation, for your, you know, if it's bed and breakfast, and then it would just be your spending money if you have to eat in the evening. So budgeting, eating here is reasonably cheap, I would say. To the locals, it isn't. So there's a restaurant that I love going to. The most expensive meal on the menu is 25 cedis, which works out to less than £4.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a bargain.
So that's a bargain, and you can get, you know, palm nut soup or ground nut soup with chicken or fish. You can get fufu. You can get rice. You know, authentic Ghanaian dishes. Red. You can get keliweli, which is plantain and peanuts. Right. So, and if you want to eat on a budget, then they have all the what they call the chop bars, which are the local restaurants where, you know, you could get fufu, palm nut soup with chicken or fish for, let me see, £2.
Oh my God, that's goodness, my goodness, that is a bargain. So, like
£2.
You cannot go hungry. You cannot go hungry in Ghana. No. And in terms of, do you go to the markets or the local supermarkets for your fruit and things? You know, because, you know, when I was there, it was just ambience of fresh stuff. It was just beautiful, and you know, what would you?
So for me, it's a mixture. Initially, I went to the supermarket because I wasn't aware of where the markets were.
Okay.
And so I didn't go to the market until about day 3 or something like that. So I just went to the nearest supermarket to get what I needed. And of course, it's much more expensive in the supermarket than in the market.
That's right.
Fresh produce. Okay. And then once I discovered the market, well.
So, Mama Adjua, because you're now, you know, a local girl now, so, you know, got any, you know, because I always say Ghana price, so they always laugh at me, you know. So are you into the haggling and, you know?
It depends. Sometimes I am. You know, I will just calculate, you know, if they say a price, if I'm in the mood to haggle, I will say, you know, if they say 10 CDs, I'll say, no, you know, I've only got 5, and then we might agree at 6. Or, you know, sometimes they'll say, oh, I haven't eaten you know what I mean? They, you know, I haven't eaten, or da 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 da. And I might just, you know, it might just be £1. It might be something for 10 CDs, which is just £1. I'm not going to argue with somebody
That's right. No.
over that. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not going to argue. And the other thing I do is if they're, what do I want to say? Customer service. If they're very pleasant,
So the
and
Ghana women
treat
lovely.
me.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what I
yes,
found as well.
yes. If the market women are very pleasant and deal with me nicely, then if it's 3, 4, 5 cities change, I just wave and I'm off.
That's right. Yeah, I understand. That's right. But would you, in terms of for people then that want to, have been pondering for many years and different things like this and might be putting it off, what would you say to them? What would you say to somebody who has been thinking about this for a while to make that plunge? Sorry, take that plunge.
Take that plunge. I would say just, save your money up and book a trip.
Okay.
Yeah, just
simple
save
as
your
that.
money up and just book a trip. Book a trip with a friend. If you don't want to go by yourself, just book a trip with a friend on a recommended or legitimate tour.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
ABTA and everything else. And it depends on the service. So it could be that you have to find your own flight. British Airways, I mean, I'm not a fan of British Airways, I must say. However, they have a direct flight to Ghana.
And I went on British Airways, and we had a fantastic time. But like you say, each airline, there's various airlines that do, do different flights on to Ghana.
So it depends on your budget. So for me, I flew with Brussels Airlines. Okay. It was one stop. I think I flew for 1 hour and 15 minutes to Brussels, and then 5-6 hours from Brussels to Accra. And I saved over £200. And for me, oh yes, I love a bargain.
I do as well, but But this time when I decided to go on BA, I did see some. There was between 300 and something different pounds, isn't it? Just for doing the layover, and some of them are not long, as you say. But I'll be doing a video about that as well. But like you say,
and the layover was just an hour and a half. So by the time you come off the plane, go to the toilet, have a drink, and find yourself to the next departure lounge, that's it. You're on the flight again and you're off.
Exactly.
And remember, if you're traveling with 2, 3, 4 people and you're saving £200-300 each, that's right. Money that, So it just depends on whether you want a direct flight or whether you want to change. I think Turkish Airlines, there are lots of different airlines.
There's loads of different airlines that do it. So that's fabulous. So at the moment then, I know that you've been touring the islands. You did mention a few places that you've been at the moment. Come on. I see that you do a bit art as well. You do so many things. So could you tell us a bit about some of these amazing places that you've been going to that, because I just I've been looking myself. I'm like, oh, what's she doing now? This is fabulous,
So, as I said, because I came in October and we did most of the touristy things then, I haven't had to go to Cape Coast or a lot of places. And again, with the lockdown and coronavirus, etc., I haven't really been out and about as much as I would like to. I have to be safe.
That's right.
Yes. And so where have I been? What can I tell you about? So this weekend I went up to the mountains, Ebury Mountains. Oh yes, absolutely nice. Beautiful.
Beautiful there.
It's about 45-minute drive from central Accra, and you go winding through the mountains, and then there's you get a fantastic view of the city down below. Really lovely by night time. And it's just so beautiful. I love landscape, I love scenery, I love just being out there in nature, and it's just so peaceful and relaxing. Accra is very busy. I remember I came on Friday and some friends came to take me out Saturday, Sunday, and by the Monday we were supposed to be going somewhere, and at 5 o'clock I said, no, I cannot go. I need you to take me home, please. Please, can I go home? It's very noisy. for me, you know, the cars and the traffic and people and noise and radio and microphone, it's very noisy. I was overwhelmed. And then the heat and then the traffic and then the smoke. I was just overwhelmed with everything, and I needed to come home just to ground myself and acclimatize myself with the environment. That's how it affected me. Because when we came in October, I wasn't really exposed to that because we were out. We weren't in the center of Africa.
Okay.
We were out. Yeah, we were touring. So that was a new experience for me. And the heat, that just finished me off. But I was up in the mountains this weekend. Where else have I been? Oh my gosh. Where else have I been?
Did you think something to do with the library or somewhere? Did you go somewhere?
Yes. Yeah. Last week I went to the Library of Africa and African Diaspora. It's a new library that's been set up by, oh my gosh, Sylvia Arthur, her name is. She was living in the UK and she's toured, you know, lived in lots of different places. And she set up, I think, 2 other libraries in other villages in Ghana. And the library opened on the 1st of July. It's membership only. However, members of the public are able to visit when they have events or for a tour. And that's what I went on. Oh my gosh, I nearly cried in. Do you know when you go to the library and you go to your local library, there's usually just one shelf with, you know, Black authors or Black writers, and you flick through, and this was an entire library. They actually had, I think, one bookcase with probably 3 or 4 shelves of other writers.
Yeah.
Yes. But apart from that, I'm telling you, I felt the spirit of the ancestors in that place.
Exactly.
It was absolutely.
You haven't experienced before.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely fantastic. Just standing there and just looking around and just seeing Black writers. It's anyone who's planning to come to Ghana, that I'm telling you personally, that is somewhere you must visit.
Okay.
You must visit.
Definitely.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I was really moved by it. The tour lasted an hour, and then we had time, you know, we could have a look at the books, and if you wanted to sign up, you could. Yeah.
Okay. In relation to the transportation and getting around, you know, I had the pleasure of a friend's a cousin that blessed us and was touring us around, and we did catch Uber as well. And I do know there's Chocho and whatever, but what's your preference? You know.
So I've got a friend who he drives. So usually, if I want to go anywhere and he's free, he'll take me. Failing that, I either book Uber. At the moment, Uber is more expensive than Bolt.
Bolt, okay.
And Bolt, yes, the Bolt is the other one that I use. And Bolt, similar to Uber, they usually give me 30% discount. So I'm kind of more leaning towards Bolt.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I haven't used any of the local taxis because for me, it's all about safety. I'm a female traveling by myself, even though Ghana is very safe. I remember one evening when I was up in Kokobite, some friends and I, we went for a walk. And we walked all the way to the beach, spent some time at the beach, and we were out for 3 hours. And when we were walking, some of the road, there were no lights. And I was like, oh my gosh, pitch dark. And we were just walking along. And then we saw these 2 figures coming towards us. And I realized there were 2 women with their shopping, their load on their head, just walking along in the pitch dark. This was about 9:30. And they're just walking in the dark. And for me, I thought, oh my gosh, look at this. Exactly. They're safe.
Exactly.
And there are fields, there are houses, they're passing shops, they're passing vast open fields, and they're just walking safely to their homes.
Well, saying that, I actually went in a taxi with myself and my children. We went to, I don't know, one of the days we decided to go to ShopRite in the night, a bit like what you're saying. But it was early evening, and then we were walking. And then when we came out, I was thinking, oh, should I get an Uber? and then I seen two men in different taxis, and I thought, oh, what should I do? And then one was trying to say, come with me, sister, come with me, and whatever. But then I went with the one that had the taxi sign on it. And then I just thought, well, it looks like the way that we were coming, so it seems fine and everything. But like you're saying, at least the Uber, it's a bit more safe. But, you know, I didn't feel at all intimidated, you know, and so forth.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's just, you know, knowing where you're going.
Yes, for me, it's just the extra security because I'm here by myself.
Exactly.
And so, and so I have taken the trotro.
Have you?
That was another thing.
I've got to do that next time.
So I went to, I took the trotro from Medina Market, which is one of the local markets, up to Ebury.
Yeah.
And that cost me, I think it was 7 cedis, which is a pound.
Yeah. It's nothing
for
much.
a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And if I'd taken Bolt, it would have cost me, depending on the time of day, between 30 and 35 cedis. So you can see the difference.
Yeah, way more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, it helps the local people in the community as well. But it's just slightly a bit longer to get there and so forth. And
to get there. But it's all fun to see, you know, the street, the people selling in the streets, and you know, it's a good way to travel and to see places. Plus, they are also social distancing. So the trotros, the vans are not packed. There's a seat empty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's like you said, that's good.
And everyone has to wear their mask. Yeah. Okay. And sorry, I did say about coronavirus in the beginning. I was so impressed when I came here.
Yeah.
When I went to the supermarket, they had buckets for hand washing. Mm-hmm. They had soap, hand washing soap. Okay. They had towels to dry your hands. Mm-hmm. And then you had somebody there with sanitizer. Yeah. Before you went into the shopping mall, you had to put your mask on. Okay. And then when I got to ShopRite, there was someone spraying. No, go back a bit. When I got to ShopRite, there was somebody at the door taking your temperature before you went in. Mm-hmm. Someone again with hand sanitizer, mm-hmm. and then someone spraying the trolley before you even touched it. I was like, oh my gosh. And, you know, they say this is third world Africa. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I looked at what was happening in the UK, there was nothing like that whatsoever. Social distancing, they had marks on the floor by the tills.
Exactly. And to be fair, I can vouch for that because
everything.
Yeah, because we were there earlier on in the year before the lockdown, just before. And when we entered the country, they were taking out information. When we left the country, my children were having their temperatures taken and so forth. And they hadn't even started doing that till recently in the UK, you know what I mean? And, you know, as you say, people will say, oh, Africa's a third world country, etc. However, the procedures were in place, and you know, they're doing a fabulous job out there, and I cannot wait to come back. So, you know, just on, you know, before we obviously wrap up and so forth, is there anything you want to let anybody know about what you'll be doing in the future with your businesses, or, you know, your photography or anything like that, or how people can connect with you?
Okay. So what have I been doing while I've been here to keep myself busy? I don't watch television, and so in the apartment there isn't a TV, so I have to find other ways to keep myself busy. Quick story, I have a friend who asked me to get him a pair of boxer shorts in African fabric, and so I was looking all over for this, couldn't find it. Found some fabric that I thought, oh, he might like this, because he gave me the colors and everything. And I met a local seamstress, and I asked her if she could sew boxer shorts. She did. And they look so lovely. Oh my gosh. I thought, wow, these look good enough for me to sell. So anyway, I gave her the rest of the fabric and asked her to make me some more. And she did. And I bought another color. Mm-hmm. And I thought, you know, going back to October, remember I said I came in October?
Yeah.
When I went home, I bought the domain withlovefromghana.com.
Oh, I love it.
Right, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I thought, right, I'm going to buy it and just leave it. And then when I bought the shorts, when Mary made the boxer shorts, I thought, well, how am I going to sell these? And I said, hold on a minute. did you not buy a domain with love from Ghana? And that was it. I set up an Etsy shop.
Yeah.
And the beauty of the Etsy shop is there's another seamstress that I've linked with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just to showcase their work, give them some, you know, some revenue, because with the limited number of funerals and the number of people attending funerals and special occasions, the seamstresses aren't getting the work that they used to.
Okay.
People at the art centre, you know, because the tourists aren't there. I mean, people are really struggling here in terms of businesses, the taxis, everything, the hotels, everything to do with tourism is, you know, everyone is struggling. And so I thought, what can I do? So I'm really supporting these two seamstresses with their work.
Yeah.
So the plan is when the orders come in, they will then get, you know, they'll be paid. And a part of the proceeds from the sales of the items, I'm also selling. Can you see my fan?
Fans, I love the fans. You can put me down for some of the boxer shorts and that for my son and whatever. And get some, you know, just say to people, you know what your Christmas presents or Kwanzaa presents will be.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
yeah.
And so part of the sales from the items, I'm sponsoring 2 young girls. So I've got 2 daughters, they're 29 and 21. So they're big young ladies at home, running the house and doing everything. Yes. Yeah. And I now have 2 granddaughters. Okay. They're 9 and 13. Sorry, they're 9 and 3 years old. And part of the sales from the Etsy shop will be supporting them in their education. So that is just me.
That's what it's about, because that's like what I was saying at the moment about us, you know, from the diaspora coming back to invest in the economy and helping to build and bring our skills, and where we can see gaps, you know, empowering, you know, our sisters and brothers and, you know, young entrepreneurs to, you know, unite together and be powerful and uplift. This is what I love. So can you just repeat your domain name again, please?
Oh, so it's withlovefromghana.com. The website, we're just in the process of getting the website set up. Okay. The Etsy shop is withlovefromghana.etsy.com.
Excellent. Fabulous. Yeah. So they can
and I've also been writing, Cheryl. Oh my gosh.
you would have lots of tales. You would have lots of tales.
I mean, I've got time to do it. And I remember when I was 14, specifically, I used to write poems, and then I kind of, you know, life took over, you know, studies and children and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And since I've been here, I just started writing poems. I've written over 100 poems.
100 poems?
So I've written over 100 poems.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've just started to type them up, and I'm actually going to write a book. I'm going to write a book of poetry, and it's all about my journey here. Yeah. I'm actually writing. I'm also going, because I've been keeping a diary. I write, you know, I like journaling, and I've also decided that I'm going to write a book about my 100 and however many days I'm here. And the title of the book is The Overstayer, because remember,
Mama Adjua.
I only came for 6 days. They stamped 60 days in my passport.
Okay.
Today is 135.
Okay.
Yes. I have applied for an extension, but that is coming up to expire soon. Okay. So I need to go back to immigration to find out, you know, what is that? You know, obviously I don't want to be an unofficial, you know, I don't want to overstay.
Yeah.
But the reason I've titled it The Overstayer is because I only came for 6 days, and I'll be here for 130, I don't know how many days. Exactly. Yeah, so that's what it's all about. That's what the title encompasses.
Yeah, and I know somebody that's just had their flight cancelled in September, so you might be there for 200 and something days. This is fabulous.
No, please don't put that out in the air. No, don't put that out in the universe. I have a date. They've given me a date for the 12th of August, and I'm looking towards that. I know it may not happen, because I was hoping that President Nana on Sunday would announce that the borders will be opened on such a date, and he said until further notice. So I know there's a possibility that I may be here in August.
Yeah.
However, what can I do? I just have to wait it out. And there's actually a flight.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this one now. So I refused to pay the £500 for that, the chartered flights before.
Yeah.
There's a charter flight leaving here
Mm-hmm.
on the 31st of July at 12 midday, I think it is. And it's £950.
I seen the flyer for that. I was sending it to my friends in Ghana. They were laughing. They were saying, Sherill, oh my, yeah, this is just ridiculous. Yeah, £950 one way. I was thinking, no. Do you know anybody that's actually taking that flight?
No, I don't. £950. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do it, because if the borders do open and I can fly on the 12th of August, that's just like, it's less than 2 weeks. So why would I? And I'm enjoying myself too.
Exactly.
So, I've never eaten so much plantain and yam. Oh my God.
You had the fresh food and so forth.
Yes. Gosh, it's absolutely delicious. So, I would say to anybody who's thinking of coming to Ghana, once this COVID and everything is, being sorted out and it's clear and safe for everyone to travel, I would say, yeah, go ahead.